Ben Midgley has worked his way up from cleaning gyms to being the president of major fitness franchises. He says that experience will make him a good governor for Maine.
Good. I'll
take a look at this, baby.
Yeah, I'd love to. I'm Ben.
Pick it up. I'm Jack.
Nice to meet you. All right.
Pick it up.
Ben Midgley taking in the Maine Sportsman Show.
Right?
I'm good. This will work. Yeah, we'll do it.
Midgley was born in Massachusetts, moved to Kennebunk when he was in 4th grade, and says he's an avid sportsman.
Great to come see what all the state businesses are doing here, how people are supporting the industries that revolve around the sporting industry.
After graduating high school, Midgley moved to California for college, but never finished.
I was working 3 jobs while I was out there going to school, and made it about 2 years because I couldn't afford it.
One of those jobs, cleaning equipment at a gym in exchange for a membership. He spent about half a decade moving up in the industry before falling on hard times, having to rely on unemployment and food stamps.
It's a very humbling experience, and then at that time I knew I did not want to stay in that position anymore, so I just figured hard work was the only way out and just dove in as best I could and ended up getting back into the industry.
Rising to president of Planet Fitness before founding Crunch Fitness Franchising. Crunch is not in Maine yet, but Midgley, who is no longer with the company, says a location will be here soon.
And these are fairly large. They can be 20 to 40,000 square feet. You need a certain amount of population, and Maine is just not as populated as some of the other states.
He says his experience in the fitness industry will help him be governor.
Marketing, sales, everything. So really understood all aspects of structural organizational management, financial management. So I think all of those skills are very applicable to the governor's role, especially because it's an executive level position.
Midgley, a Republican, is a dad of 3 and says he's focusing on things like education.
There's been a change from academics to social emotional learning, so you've got to get the schools back on track. They need some help, so I think if we can get refocused on the primary aspects of academics.
Property taxes are often used to help fund schools and have been a burden on many Mainers, including those on fixed incomes. He says if schools are getting the 55% state revenue share, there should be a condition from the state that doesn't allow school budgets to increase.
But the budget keeps going up tremendously every year. We're just spending more and more for students, and we're getting poorer results. So you could technically change that trend, reduce the amount of spend, and still improve student outcomes in the interim.
Another priority, lowering energy costs. He says it's not natural gas that's driving up the cost, it's green energy, specifically solar.
Right now, the people in the state are paying about $200 million extra in subsidies, ratepayers, not the state, to have the infrastructure costs built out for these solar plants. And then we're paying almost double the rate per kilowatt hour.
The next governor will have to propose a state budget early on in their term. Midgley says his focus is on fiscal management, first looking at fraud.
It's not about any one population, it's about oversight. Okay? You don't want to have hard-earned tax dollars from Mainers going to programs that are not efficiently spending the money.
Midgley, who has received much of the Republican legislative endorsement so far in the race, faces 6 other candidates in June. He says he wants to be governor to help people who are having a hard time.
But you've got a lot of families just struggling to get by. You've got businesses that are trying to stay in business, and you got a lot of families that just want their kids to grow up in the same state that we did. And it was wonderful, and it can be wonderful again.
Midgley and I also talked about healthcare, and he says if elected, he wants to find a way to ensure rural healthcare facilities don't continue to close. For Commitment 2026, I'm Jackie Mundry.